Hi, this is Fred from S18 Photography, and I'm here again in our beautiful Cinnaminson, New Jersey studio to talk more about the top 10 things that I look for when I shoot portrait photography or headshots. You may remember the last installment when we talked a little bit about expression being one of the very key things that I really like to look for when I'm shooting portraits or doing portrait photography, doing headshots for our clients. Expression's super important. Well, today we're going to go into another one of those top 10 things I look for when shooting. All right, well, here it is. Coming in at number 2 on the list of the top 10 things that I look for when shooting portrait photography, lighting. Absolutely. Lighting is of paramount importance, and I really do believe that when shooting headshots or shooting portrait photography, commercial portraits especially, that a good portrait is made with great lighting. It's super important. There's a quote floating around, and I can't remember who said it, but basically it's something to the effect of, lighting isn't the most important thing in photography, it's the only thing. And to me, that's especially true. I think that absolutely you have to get the lighting right in a great portrait. So when we're talking about good lighting, I'm not talking about creating a laser light show with my image. I certainly don't want the lighting of the image to be the central focus of the image or to overshadow the subject, unless that's what I've been commissioned to do. If I'm just being hired to create something interesting or eye-catching, that's a different story. I really feel like the lighting should play a supporting role. I think it should definitely flatter the subject or be there to highlight and draw the viewer's attention to something that we're really looking to key in on in the image. When I first got started in photography, I placed a lot of emphasis on working with lighting. It's one of those things that I really spent a lot of time learning to use and learning to use it well. It's one of those things that I really think helped separate my work from the rest of the pack and helped give a more polished look to my images. It's something I really keyed in on. I can remember a lot of folks coming up to me looking at my images and saying, wow, look at the lighting on that. And that was really cool. It was really unique. However, as time went on, I really started to notice that I had to make sure to use it carefully, to use it in balance with the other elements of an image. Yeah, sure, lighting's important. It's one of the most important things, like I said before. However, you don't want an image with great lighting and a terrible expression. So I really think that when you use lighting, it has to be used in good balance with all the other elements of a photograph. Nowadays, we get a lot of folks who come up to us and say, you can Photoshop that, right? Or you can fix that in Photoshop. While that might be true, I'm not a heavy Photoshop guy. I can certainly do anything and everything I want to do in Photoshop, but I don't like to rely on that. I like to get things right in camera. I like things to be well lit and shot properly while we're doing a photo session. Later on, when I'm using Photoshop, I want to be using Photoshop to enhance my photos, not fix them. When I'm shooting, folks who may have discussed beforehand with me, these are the things they want me to avoid in the image, or things they're self-conscious about. It's kind of interesting because I show them some of the proofs in the back of the camera as I'm shooting, as I'm working with them, and I almost always get a shocked reaction. They almost always say, "Oh wow, that looks better than I thought it did. I don't think you have to retouch that at all." And sometimes that's true. I mean, I definitely retouch all our images because I want that really polished look. But at the end of the day, I'm looking to get things right in the camera. When I'm talking about lighting, I'm not just talking about studio lighting or studio portraits. I'm talking about anything and everything. Um, it could be natural light, it could be studio lighting or flashes, it could be a combination of both. I really just think that a strong photographer has to be able to use any tools at their disposal to flatter the subject the best and make the best portrait possible. Well, there it is, guys. Number 2 on the top 10 list of things that I look for when shooting portrait photography, lighting. I really believe that a good portrait should have strong lighting. Thanks for watching, and I hope you visit us at our website at www.s18photo.com.